All right, let me see. 1, 2, mic check. All right, let me see. 1, 2, mic check. All right, wonderful. Welcome to Voice of Sinoe, ladies and gentlemen. Usually we are kind of late today, but it's okay. Late is better than never. I will be right back. I'll do our commercial, and I will be right back with you to have a fantastic show. Make sure you share the link for us.
If I show you love, you show me love. Love, 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 like love. If I show you love, you show me love. Love, 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 like love. If I show you love, you show me love. Love, 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 like love.
T'as fini ma bébé là où est fao. T'as fini ma bébé là où est fao. Quand on est là-bas où est fao. Johannesco ma bébé là où est fao. Allez you power. I can never leave you on the highway. You my baby. As I do, c'est tout. C'est tout.
If I show you love, you show me love. Love, 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 like love. If I show you love, you show me love. Love, 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 like love. If I show you love, you show me love. Love, 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 like love. If I show you love, you show me love. Love, 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 like love.
Photo, I want a photo. I will not get you photo. I will not get you photo. Photo, I'm not get photo. I want a photo. Let me take a photo, yeah. Smile for me, just place up for me. Tell me now who I want to be with. L'argent est fini, ma bébé, là où est fao. L'argent est fini, ma bébé, là où est fao. Quand on est là-bas, où est fao. Johannesco, ma bébé, là où est fao. Allez, you power. I can never leave you on the highway. You my baby. As I do, c'est tout.
If I show you love, you show me love. Love, 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 like love. If I show you love, you show me love. Love, 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 like love. If I show you love, you show me love. Love, 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 like love. If I show you love, you show me love. Love, 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 like love.
Wave your hands. Come on. I know you're sleeping now. You gotta wake up some more, yeah? Okay, let's go. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. So much. I said they lie. The people fool us, oh. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not go. I said we tired with their lies. We tired with their promises that led us to all our damages. We tired with that speech they preach. Indeed, and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrate us. So why did you lie? Why did you steal? Why did you allow the citizens to grieve? You see, we just tell you that's why we voted you. But you fool us, you screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us, so the people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not the corrupt. I said no one to trust. My people no one to hope on. Nobody. My hope that I have been broken. I'm telling you, brother. So where are the schools? Where are the roads? Where are the jobs that they say they could afford? But they too selfish. The people tired with their rhetoric. People tired, they tired. You see the reason why we ask why the government betray. They have enough of time, but yeah, then stay they delay. People suffer. No work for people crying for hunger. Look at. Your vision and your mission, your intention to the nation, they poor. You got nothing to show. Nothing. So, why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie. The people fool us, so the people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not the corrupt. With the promises that led us to all our damages. We tired with that speech they preach indeed, and now you need to deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrate us. So why does you lie? Why does you steal? Why does you allow the citizens to grieve? You see, we just tell you that why we vote you. But you fool us. You screw us, you use us and little on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie.
King, I'm a real sick and a long time. Lyrical, mash up the place.
Monkey, you're not able to take care of Babu Nebo. You're not able to bust the rata Babu Nebo. So ja monkey calm down, oh monkey calm down, monkey calm down, oh monkey calm down, monkey calm down, yo.
All right, monkey calm down. The people lie to us, and what a view. Welcome to Voice of Sinoe in the diaspora with Dr. Sorpo, the esoteric. Coming to you live from Prosper Park, Pennsylvania, these United States of America. We are glad to be here with you this evening. On our side, it's afternoon, it's 4 p.m., but you know, it's getting dark, it's winter time now. And so it gets dark easily out here. But welcome to Sinoe County Premier Platform with your host, Sorpo, esoteric. I'm here to give you the information that you need or the training issues that you have been missing from Sinoe County. And so we ask you to share the show for us. Subscribe to our YouTube page. We have a lot of wonderful videos out there. And so we urge you to subscribe to our YouTube page. It's Madison Freeman on YouTube. Please do that for us. We will highly appreciate that. Also, please, we urge you to share the show. You know, you can get on and just you enjoy the show and you don't share with your friends. And that's why you have your Facebook page to share the show there, you know, because I'm bringing vital, important, pivotal information to you this evening. So all you have to do, I'm not saying share in different groups. All you have to do is share it on your page. If you want to share in different groups, that's a bonus. But just on your page, those of you that are following right now. All right, so let's get into our show here. The people will join us later, or those that are not available right now, they'll follow the replay of the show to see what we'll have for you. I'm a little chilly today. I don't know. It's, I got the heat on, but it's kind of a little chilly in here, so I have to wear my coat. All right, so welcome to you. Those that are following, I'm not seeing your name. When you come in, I'll recognize you. I'll call your name. But as of now, those of you that are following, I'm not seeing you. All right. I'm seeing the number of people that are following, but I can see your names. All right. So just to make that clear to you. All right. Let me just do some commercials here for us. Things that I want to get out of the way before the actual show, or if you like the major things that I want to talk about. All right, so we have we just want to give you a reminder of the biggest event that is coming out in Philadelphia this weekend. All right, so we want to urge you, the USAA Delaware Valley chapter. Okay, so USAA is the United Support Association in the Americas, and she is having her inauguration this weekend. The inauguration of officers. So, President Mason Toba, the president-elect of the chapter, and his officials will be inaugurated this weekend. So we want you. So beginning Friday, this Friday, it will be going down. So Friday we're having a welcome party. Okay, so the welcome party will be held at the residence of the national president. If you don't know, this is the national president here, President Miles, at the residence of the president. So it's 920 Pine Street, Darby, PA. 920 Pine Street, Darby, PA. So the welcome party will be held this Friday at the residence of President Francois Miles. 920 Pine Street, Darby, PA. You can't miss it. That's a lot of the events that we've been having here. That's what we have them. Okay, 920 Pine, P-I-N-E, Pine Street, Darby, PA. That is the address. This weekend, Friday. After Friday, you don't want to go there because the security will be too much. Even right now, you are not allowed to go. It's the presidential palace, and so the security is tight. But Friday, beginning Friday, you can go there anytime, and the security will not bother you. All right? So that's when you do 920 Pine Street. So let me get you the officials again. So the inauguration of the officials, the gentleman in the glasses in the middle there with the bow tie is the president. So if you see at the top here, you got their names. President Mason Toba is the president-elect. Vice President is Minister Olivia Seward. You have Osiris Goa here, or Yanwei. Osivi Yanwei is the Secretary General. You have the Treasurer Shelley Okolosi. Down here, you got the Financial Secretary Gerju Gawa. We have the Chair Lady Frances Dorr. The chaplain, we got Diana Kai. The planning chair here, you got Mother Frances Sua. You know, these are the officials. I mean, some of these people that are just planning, they are not part of it. But if you see the guest speaker here is called Richmond. Richmond is the guest speaker for this occasion. And so you got to be here. Richmond is one of the guys in Philadelphia, the best orator, or one of the best orators in the tri-state region, and one of the famous guys as well in the tri-state region is best is Richmond. Richmond is highly sociable. He has his own Rich Care Foundation, a charity organization in Liberia. So he goes to the different humanitarian functions to contribute to give his quota to the country. And so Richmond will be the guest speaker at this program. You don't want to miss it. Also at this program, we'll have the woman that is beaming with new ideas, the organization of the Liberian Association in Pennsylvania presidency, and the co-founder will be there as the instructing officer. And so we encourage all of you. The chief launcher will be the heir to the British throne of encyclopedic knowledge, Shaliva McCarvin, will be the guest speaker, not guest speaker, but the chief launcher. Okay, the chief launcher is McCarvin. All right, so come there. It will be a wonderful program. Admission fee is small money. You are not paying a lot, just a little bit. Let me take my logo down so you can see the admission. So the admission is right up here. You see $20. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. You pay the $20. You're gonna get a lot of things in there. You'll have free drinks, free food, free numbers, free girls, free boys, free women. Everything in there. You don't want to miss it. So you come, you get the one, like this is the best $20 you will ever pay, or you pay yet. And the best of all, besides the things that I just named, the drinks, the beverages, the new number you might probably get. If you are polygamy, you want to get multiple, you got that opportunity as well. But best of all, when you spend the $20, you're going to be helping a child back home who does not have access to formal education. So the proceeds, because the proceed generator will be used to help our brothers and sisters back home who do not have access to free education here, like some of us in the U.S. High school here up to middle school, elementary, or to high school is free here, but some people don't have the opportunity. And also the proceeds that will be generated will be for that purpose. We have the best, one of the best NMCs here in Philadelphia, Tito Morgan will be the MC, and you have the guy that will make you dance all night. All right, it's Tony, DJ Tony will be in the building. We'll have our Royal Highness, our Queen for the chapter, Ura will be in the building. And best of all, you'll have Daxa Yopo there in the building. Those of you that have not seen Daxa Yopo, because people are coming from all over the place. So if you want to meet Daxa Yopo there, the spokesperson for the elders and the ancestors of the people of Sinoe County, come there so you can get the ancestral blessings from me. I will bless you with the holy benefits of our people. All right, so come there. The program, let me see the address and everything listed here. If you don't know, if you didn't see on the flyer, but it's everything here. Let me take my logo again. And you see again the welcome party. So it'll be Derby. You see 920 Derby Pine Street, right? The address is right here at the top. And the night, the 10th, is the board night. All right. So the board night here is the address is 100 Sharon Avenue, and that will be in Sharon Hill, Philadelphia. And then the next day will be a cookout, because of the winter time right now. So we're going to be congregating at maybe the executive mansion again, 920 Pine Street. I'm not too sure of that, but after during the board night, you get the information where you will be meeting for the after or the cookout, if you like, So it's 3 days. So Friday, welcome, come to 920 Pine Street to have fun all night. At that program, you're not paying no admission fee, nothing. Just come there, have fun. That's something you don't want to miss. Okay, and then the 10th is the midnight. You want to dress nice, come out with your best outfit, and come and chill. Pay $20 if you are non-members, $20. If you are a member, you know the deal already. $100. Pay your $100, and anything you want to, you get it. If you're single, you get one Jew. You won't get 3, you get it. If you are a single girl or woman, you won't get 2 dues, you won't get 3 dues. It's up to you. I say, so just come there. It'll be a fun night. Come and support us. Best of all, again, you are helping people back home. That's the best part of it. All right, let me get to something else here. That commercial was very, very important. come and join Dark Side Put there beginning Friday. Don't go somewhere else, because anywhere you go somewhere else, you'll be wasting your time. Yes, we got a lot of things, a lot of details that I'm not going to divulge right now, because I know the leaders did ask me to conceal certain information. But when you come there, everything will be at your disposal. You will not regret it. $20 that you will pay. Now, let's see here. Let's do a quick shout out to a couple of people that celebrated their big days, and also let me do that real quick, and we get to the juicy stuff on VOSD this evening. All right, so not a lot, but before we do a shout out, let me the other time I done a shout out to our treasurer, our national treasurer, that's Agnes Donaldson, Agnes Blah Donaldson, the middle name. So she and her husband, they celebrated, I think it's the 25th wedding anniversary. Yes, it's a huge milestone. And so we want to say congratulations to our treasurer, hardworking, innovative, industrial treasurer, Agnes, and the beautiful couple over there. And so I want to say again, happy 25th wedding anniversary. Wish you many more. It's a good example to many of us out here. Some people get in a relationship, they get a little struggle here and there. Oh, I want to again. So you want to know how you can stay in it for 25 years? You talk to Agnes and her husband. They will tell you, they'll give you some secrets, they'll give you some tips how to do it, not to run away easily. All right, that's our treasurer over there for our national administration, Agnes Donaldson, and her husband. They celebrated the 25th wedding anniversary. All right, so I just want to do a shout out now, birthday shout out to people that I saw. I want to do a shout out to Mr. Jawi. That's a great man. He lives in Minnesota. He has been quite incredible, man. Let me see. Yeah, he has been doing a lot. When we went to Minnesota the other time, every time we go to Minnesota, that's his house. We stopped, to do a lot of stuff. He's very friendly man. He's always out there supporting the union. And so, Mr. Jawi, you want to say happy and belated birthday to you. Wish you many more happy returns and the best life has to offer. May our ancestors be with you. All right, so that's Mr. Jawi there celebrating his birthday. And we also want to do a shout out to the first lady of the board chair of the Sinkum people in the Americas. And he also the great Claudio Mane, he's the advisor to the national president. The president has a plethora of advisors. So Mr. Claudio Mane is one of the guys, and his wife is celebrating. She celebrated her birth anniversary, and so Sistina, as you can call her, Beautiful K, I think. So Beautiful K, we want to say happy belated birthday to you. Wish you many more happy returns. I mean, these are the people that I saw. If you're out there celebrating your birthday or you celebrated your birthday, we want to say happy birthday to you. All right, so guys, what you do, I'm going to go and cook commercial here to lower my heat. I'm getting hot. I'll be right back.
Hey, Records. If I show you love, you show me love. Love like love. If I show you love, you show me love. Love like love. If I show you love, you show me love. Love like love.
I can't feel my baby.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to VOSD here with Esoteric, coming to you from Prosper Park, Pennsylvania, in these United States of America. All right, so we want to give you one of the major things we have on the show this evening that we want to share with you. All right. Okay, so this one, the first one we want to deal with is it's a breaking news, and so we'll be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to VOSD. So the first breaking news that we want to share with you from Sinoe County, or if you like from Liberia, Representative Duncan, Crayton Duncan, loots Sinoe County's resources to enrich himself. Representative Sinoe County Electoral District number 1, Representative Crayton Duncan, loots Sinoe County natural resources to enrich himself. All right. We have been profiling the various leaders of Sinoe County, and you have to understand, Mr. Crayton Duncan wants to be your senator. He's a representative right now, and there's a news article that just came up. It's on Front Page Africa. The man brought a bogus company, or if you like, some sort of company, and they struck a deal, him and the company, and all the resources that he is extracting from Sinoe County, the timber, the diamond, the gold, him and the company, they are sharing the people of Sinoe County resources. And this is a bad sign. And the guy, Representative Duncan, has given you multiple signs. Okay, this gentleman right here, he has given you a lot of signs in the past. You remember at one point the Stavros, he had a company. I don't know whether he got to still have the company, I'm not too sure. But Mr. Crayton Duncan had some people working for him before, right? And these people worked for him for months. They worked for him for several months. Now, when it came time to pay these employees, Mr. Duncan refused to pay the workers. You know, let me bring you to capitalism a little bit, and that's the economic system. It's not an economic, no, it's economic system of the United States, if you like. So, Crayton Duncan is a capitalist. You know, capitalism is nothing but this sort of market, it's an economic system where it's all about business. It's about interest. It's about profit. And also, Crayton Duncan, even if you work for him, they got this sort of the employer and the employee relationship. So if you want, let me give you a little bit of how we got to capitalism, right? And so back in the day, in I don't know, time immemorial, I can reflect, I don't know the year when it started. But somewhere in the past, I think it's happening right now, slavery, I think let's start from slavery. Slavery had the system, the economic system of slavery. They got the masters and they got the slaves. And so in that economic system, you have the slave is the master is the owner of the slaves. And so, in other words, the slave is the property of the master. And so what that means is whatever the slave produces is for the master. The slave doesn't get anything. Okay? So the slaves are the tools for the master. Now, another economic system after slavery or before slavery, I don't know the order for sure, it's called feudalism. In a feudal system, in feudalism, you have the serf and the lord. And so in the difference between the system of slavery and feudalism is that in the feudal system, the landlord, he gives the slave or the serf a piece of land, a small one. And say, let's assume the slave supposed to work or the serf supposed to work 6 days a week. All right, 6 days. So the serf will work 3 days on his own farm, on his own plot of land. And then the next 3 days, he got to go work on the massive farm of the Lord. Okay. And whatever he produces is for the Lord. Okay, so that's the difference, a basic or fundamental distinction between the slavery, the economic system of slavery, and serfdom. All right, feudalism. Now, the French Revolution overthrew feudalism, and so when the outcome of the French Revolution, it gives birth to capitalism, a new economic system. And so instead of serf and the master, instead of the Lord and the serf, or the slave and the master, this time around you got employer and employees. Okay, employer and employees, that's the capitalism. And so in the capitalistic system, the employer, in this case is Crayton Duncan, him and the employer, they will strike a deal and say, you know what, I will hire you. How much are you going to pay me? I say for example, maybe $5 an hour. Now, the downside of capitalism is the employers, the $5 that he is paying the employee or employees, he will make them to produce more. The employee is required to produce more than what he is paid. All right. Now, not only that, when they do a business right and they carry the transaction on, the profit that is generated, the capitalistic master, in this case, Crayton Duncan, they say, you know what, the employee, even though you the one produce the computers and you the one build my houses, you did everything, I want to give you the $5. The profit, I'm not giving you anything. And that's the problem with capitalism. So the persons that produces the computer, the profit that is generated, you don't get nothing. The guys get the board of directors, they sit down and they share the money. Okay. So Crayton Duncan, he had the company and he has some employees just so that he can make profit. The man refused to pay the people that work for him because he wants profit. The money, when he pays the people, money will not be sufficient for him. And so he refused to pay those people. He called them crooks. When you read the article, the people that worked for Crayton Duncan, he called those people crooks. They are rogues. They are thieves. He is not going to pay them anything. That's what that guy was saying in the article. Now, fast forward. One time, Crayton Duncan had this interview with on ESOTERIC with Sorpo George. And it is said that in Sinoe County, Crayton Duncan is the richest guy. Before he became lawmaker, he wasn't the richest guy. But when he became lawmaker, Crayton Duncan became the richest guy. And there are a lot of stories surrounding this guy. There are other stories that says that he duped his boss man, Mill Jones, when he was working at the Central Bank of Liberia. He took a lot of money. That's another story. Okay. Now, the story, when you went on ESBC with Sorpo George asking a basic question. Sir, we are told that you are the richest man from Sinoe County, and you are building skyscrapers. You have your own business. You got all these different things that you say you're running. You get gold cree and diamond cree and all this thing. How did you acquire those things? As a matter of fact, the man said, where are you getting the money from? If you say the lawmakers, they are not getting sufficient pay, laborers, they have budgetary problem and all those things. Employees are agitating, the civil servants are agitating, they are not getting paid. Where are you getting the money from to build all the different things that you're saying you're building? You're building Let's just say, what you call it, bus stops and palaver halls and town halls and radio stations and different things that you are building. Someone just asking a basic question. Listen to him.
Well, what's your source of income? You get all that money from building lots of projects and giving people loan, market women, and paying the students' tuitions. Where you get all the money from? Because that can be from the legislature.
So, we are men. The legislatures don't make us. We make the legislatures.
Okay.
So the legislature is a place that requires men to come in and be able to assist the government in areas in which government cannot reach at a certain time. We know what we are going through as a government. We know the constraint that the executive is going through. So we can't sit back and cross our legs. Coming into government is not to really come in to get money out of it.
Okay.
You should be able to come.
That's Crayton Duncan there. The man asking a simple question. Sir, where are you getting the money from? What is your source of income? The man did not answer the question. He dodged the question. As a typical politician, right? He said, we are men. The government doesn't make us. We make the government. No, the man did not ask you who make the government. The man did not ask you that. He asked you, where did you get your money from to be building all these skyscrapers? That's a simple question that Sorpo Josh asked the brother. And he said, we are men. The man is not asking for his gender. He didn't ask whether he gay, whether he lesbian. He's not asking for any of those things. He's not asking for whether you are male or you are heterosexual or you are homosexual. No, the man just said, where is Crayton Duncan getting the money from? Where's the source of income? The man did not tell us his source of income. Now we are getting to know what Crayton Duncan concealed from us. We are getting to know where he's getting his income from, that he refused to tell us on ELBC. And so I want to share the article with you for us. We are not here to just say things about people. We show you the evidence. So we're going to share this article with you, what Crayton Duncan is doing in Sinoe County. All right? People are hungry in Sinoe County. Children are not in school. No power, no electricity in the place, no safe drinking water. Crayton Duncan and they are enjoying all those things, but they are depleting the resources of the people of Sinoe County. That's what Crayton Duncan is doing. And that's the man that wants to be our lawmaker, a senator. He wants to be our senator. So let me share the article with you from Front Page Africa. All right. Let me share this article with you. Boom. You see it, right? I'll make it big enough for you. Let's share this article with you so you can see what the lawmakers are doing in Sinoe, or one of the lawmakers is doing in Sinoe County, or doing in our country. While the people are suffering, the lawmakers are looting. All right. So this is it. You see the title here. Liberia, lawmaker accused of depleting forest reserves for personal gains. Okay. That's what he is saying about our county, our senator, not senator, but representatives. Or representative, I should say. Lawmaker accused of depleting forest reserves for personal gains. Okay, that's what Crayton Duncan is doing in Sinoe. So you see here, the man is looting forests in Sinoe. Or it's a question, looting forest in Sinoe. And you see a picture right here. I'm not the one that wrote the article. It's from a reputable online platform in Liberia that covers the entire country. Front Page Africa. Credible. Who really cares who people want to give their shares to? Now, Crayton Duncan, the quoting here, they give it to whoever they want. People buy their shares. The thing that hurt me is that I am not able to own shares. It is a crime being a lawmaker. Okay, the man never owned shares before anywhere, but because he's a lawmaker now, he owns shares. Okay, and this is what we call conflict of interest, right? It's right in the code of conduct. But Crayton Duncan in Liberia, because there is no accountability in the country, So these people will loot, they will do all these shitty things, right? And they'll say, oh, it's a crime to be law because to own shares. Excuse me. It's a crime. No, sir. Yes, sir. It's a crime when you are not telling us where you're getting your share money from. Where are you getting the money from to own shares? I mean, if you guys say the government is broke, all of those different things, but you get a locking company coming into the county and they're giving the money to you. Why should we trust you, sir? Aggrieved citizens of Toward or Dripple community complained Sinoe County District Number 1 Representative Crayton Duncan to international partners for engaging into conflict of interest and masterminding the depletion of the reserved forest for personal gains. But lawmaker claims that he relinquished his 12% share previously owned in Sinoe Forest International. Okay? So Crayton Duncan owned 12% share in the company is called Sinoe Forest International. How did he get the 12% share? Who gave it to him? All right. How did Crayton Duncan get that? And this is where the looting that is going on. You see the road in Sinoe County, if you look at the poster, right? Crayton Duncan, and they take the logs, they take the resources, and they don't care to demand the companies to build the roads. It's all about taking the money from the people, making the people poorer and poorer, and put money in his personal bank account. That's what Crayton Duncan, that's what is important to him. So let me read a little bit of this article here. It says, moreover, multiple documents in the possession of Front Page Africa have revealed the clandestine transfer of shares. Clandestine. Okay, that's secret, right? It's undercover. Clandestine transfer of shares and depleting of a reserved forest belonging to citizens of Toward and Dripple communities in Lower Toward Chiefdom, buying statutory district by a company linked to Sinoe County District Number 1 Representative Crayton Duncan. Okay, this is the disgrace that the people 24 that what the country is not going nowhere. These people carry illegal companies over there, they extract the resources and they leave the people dirt poor while they are putting the money in foreign bank accounts. They're driving fancy car. They have to get Toyota 24-wheeler so they can get stuck in the mud. But the people are hoarding the resources and the people are suffering. Representative Duncan is also the chairman of the House of Representatives Committee on Foreign Affairs. All right, and that's why the people of Sinoe County they call him foreign lawmaker. He doesn't live in the country. And that's why he brings these weird companies and they strike a deal. You get 12%. How much do the people get? Why would you get 12% in the first place in a company? Why? And you are representing the people of Sinoe County. It can be recalled that on July 14, 2014, citizens of Toward and Dripple wrote the former managing director of the Forestry Development Authority, Harrison Conway, requesting the community forest management agreement to reserve and manage the forest for their benefits in the future. The forest named Nelian Forest was previously reserved for citizens of Toward and Dripple communities through CFMA issued by authorities of the FDA, which was issued on November the 23rd, 2017. The agreement was issued under the signatures of the former managing director of the FDA, Darlington Togba. Okay, so it's a little bit of the article, but Crayton Duncan, they are not playing our country. They're seriously looting. And when you ask the man for nearly 6 years that he has stayed in the Liberation, and what has he done in terms of making bail or sponsoring bail, you can get nothing to the credit of Crayton Duncan, nothing. All he does is travel from one country to another country, sleep in 5-star hotels and striking weird deals just to loot from the people. And we told you before the history of these American Liberians, and that's what they did in the past. They did this before to our people. That's why I write down Sinoe Port, the name after Ross, another guy that suppressed the indigenous people. Jean E. Green Sports Stadiums. Everything in Sinoe County is after these American Liberians guy. All right, they looted from the people. They took the people land. They call it Mississippi Street. Okay, they call Sinoe the capital city of Sinoe Greenville. They borrowed the name from America and Caribbean, so they call it Greenville. They changed everything. Okay, that's what they did. They went there and took the people land. They took all the resources and they are enjoying it while the indigenous people, the majority of the people, they are suffering in the country. And then we told the people when they were campaigning, Crayton Duncan is not the right person because TJ is not good for Sinoe. He's not good for Liberia. It was TJ that brought this crook. Anybody from TJ is not an honorable man. So when TJ brings somebody to you, you should know that this person is not a good person. All right? So you voted for this guy and he is looting from you. Crayton Duncan will tell me, say, I get gold creek, I get diamond, gold mine. Where are you getting all these things from just you alone? The people that are making fun near the creek, Crayton Duncan doesn't live there, but he is the owner of the creek. He is the owner of the river. Okay? So that's how terrible it is. Excuse me. So these are the kind of people who call leaders in Liberia, and that's why our country is not going nowhere. That's why 2023 is crucial. If you want somebody who will loot your forests, and they say it was reserved for the future of the citizens of that district, of Drapo and Tower, all right, for the people to benefit. But Crayton Duncan, who had $30,000 in the budget, who gets $15,000 to $20,000 salary every month, he's still looting from the people. He is not telling the company to build Kota Road, to build schools, to build hospitals, all over in Sinoe County. But he and the people will strike a deal. He will get 12%, and the company get a rest, and that's it. And the people are left to suffer. That's Sinoe County for you. That is Liberia for you. In 2023, it is up to you to go and elect Crayton Duncan. It's up to you. I'll just want to flag what these guys are doing. When you see the guy in person, he is all gold. He's got diamond rings and diamond earrings and diamond necklace and all those different things. He's a lawmaker. Not a day you will see Crayton Duncan in the Capitol building advocating for the people of Sinoe County. He fought to become the chairman on foreign affairs so he can stay out of the country. To go and get companies so you can get 20%, 12%, 30% shares in the company. Okay? That's Sinoe County for you. And that is why we will continue to fight these people. I know people are timid. They are afraid. They are scared. They will sit down and call somebody who was looting from there and say, honorable. Yes. They don't have the balls to tell that, they call that person out. Crayton Duncan, you should not be running campaign for Crayton Duncan in Sinoe County right now, given what is happening. People work for him and you call them crooks. Though indigenous children. He carried buses there, all buses, and you will pack there, no safety rules. He is not educating the children. How many number of students supposed to be in the bus? The men will pack there, some of them sitting down on the hood and those things. He doesn't care. It's not American Liberia. So that indigenous children, they can treat them any way they want to. Okay? And so y'all go vote for Crayton Duncan. 2023 is coming. It's just right around the corner. It is up to you. If you want Crayton Duncan, hey, go for it. Why Crayton Duncan will be going from one country to another country and not advocating for you and looting your resources. Okay. He said you are bringing people to America, right? You are bringing nurses to America so they can help America. Because Liberia get better nurses than America. All right? Where are the nurses? Have you seen anybody coming to America? No. This guy is a bona fide crook. He's a bona fide, renowned, legitimate crook. The fool people. Why the nurses have not come yet? The people, when they want medical care in Liberia, they come to America, they go to Cuba, they go to other countries. They are government official, they go on the final minister, they say they built 47 military hospital over there. But the man got in an accident, they flew into Turkey. Okay? So in the country, there is nothing in Liberia that is reliable for the people. It's all about themselves. They take the resources, they build rickety stuff, which they themselves can go in. Okay, they don't go in those places. When the Crayton ready, he gets in his purchase a ticket and fly out of the country to do medical care and those things, because they don't care to build hospitals in Sinoe County. They build a record. They said a town hall. What can you do with town hall in the age? And you got the company that is extracting the people resources and no rules. I saw the other machine one time. The logs on the machine and that thing flip over. It's because of the road condition. The guys are not advocating for the people. All right, guys. So that's Crayton Duncan there for you. Let's go to the next thing that I want to talk about on VOSD today. All right, y'all keep supporting these wrong people. What? I mean, I see you're sinking behind it. Oh, they want a development man. And the man cannot go, when he builds school, he can't carry the children there. But y'all say that development. Why the man can go there? Why he can carry the children? Why the lawmakers they can't carry the children there? Why some tour can carry itself to the 14 military hospital? But that's how they do. The thing, our people are stupid. And so they use them as such. And the people don't want to stand up for themselves. They still praise the very people that are suppressing them. And Crayton Duncan over there looting from the forest. He got 12% share. All right? And the Mopo people over there, they foreign buying, I think, the Mopo people. Y'all go there, y'all sit down. Y'all be watching, y'all go campaign for Crayton Duncan. While he takes your resources and put it in your bank account. It's up to you. Y'all go vote for. If the man is a representative right now and he's looting from you, go and make him a senator. Go and do that. The man came to the U.S. in 2019. He pledged $6,000 to the United States Association. Up to now, he has not paid that money. They just go and lie to people. The guys don't have integrity whatsoever. No, not at all. All right, let's go to the next thing that I want to talk about on the show today. All right, the next thing that I want to talk about. It's a call here, SOL call for help. Patrick Bolue is a brilliant journalist. He's from Sinoe County. He was reporting in Sinoe County. He has interviewed all lawmakers, including Crayton Duncan, that got 12% share in the company. And you say, is it a bad thing for me to get 12% share because I'm a lawmaker so I can get share? Okay. These guys will go and sit in front of Patrick Bolue and they can see a condition. Crayton Duncan travels out of the country nearly frequently, or all the time, I should say. Crayton Duncan does not have the common decency and say, you know what, let me take Patrick. Even though he has interviewed this young man before. Patrick has interviewed even the president of Liberia. I don't know what maybe he did not tell the president his condition, maybe that's what. But the president, I told Ellen Johnson, so he knew about it. And since Ellington, this guy has been suffering in the country. And at least Crayton Duncan, that the guy is from Crayton Duncan district. So one would have thought that for the fact that Crayton Duncan carry a company, he got 12% share, at least he will take the brother out of the country too, so he can get some medical assistance. Since the brokers, the fake hospitals they are building in the country, they are not helping the citizens. Do something as well to help Patrick. All right. But no, they look at the young man. I mean, I will share it. I will put a picture here. It's graphic, but we got to share it so you can see it. It's not good. Yeah, right. So let me share the picture with you. It's not comfortable. It's not. I mean, viewer discretion is advised. Okay, but we got to show it, and so we are seeking call for Patrick. I mean, if you're out there, the number on the screen there, I will put a picture. Anything can help. The guy has been going here and there, and I think they got the Indian hospital. The Indians, they want to help the brother, but he needs some money to leave Liberia. This is the guy right here, Patrick. See how the brother looks. Okay. The man has this lymphatic disease. and it's messing with his legs. He's a brilliant guy. Like, when the guy conducts an interview, listen to him. You'll be like, wow. He interviewed the president of the Republic of Liberia. And I don't know what did they tell the president. I don't know for sure. But how about the leaders in the county? We got lawmakers. What are they representing us? When they can look at one of the citizens in the county that they represent, and the president looks like this, and they can't do something about it. Is it because the brother is not related to them? And that's why they're ignoring him? Where is Crayton Duncan? Where is Representative Zaza? Where is Samson Ware? Where is Milton Teddy? Where is Augustine Chie? Where are the guys? Why are they looking at this guy to suffer like this? Why? Is it because he is not their child? He's not? They got the medical facilities in the country. The resources are not going there. Crayton Duncan, and they're putting 12% on the share in their pockets. All right? The forest money that's supposed to be used to equip medical facility, the resources to build community libraries and different things, they put the money, Crayton Duncan, and they put the money in their pockets. And so as a result, the citizen, when they go to the hospital, nothing there, no sophisticated doctors. And Patrick looks like this, and nobody cares. No, Patrick is not related to any of them. But Patrick elected you. Patrick elected you to represent his interest in the Capitol building. He is not benefiting from his vote. No, he's not. You guys are not helping the brother. He has been suffering for years. For years, the young man has been grappling with, I think he had gotten into the area where maybe we can call it elephantiasis, you know. I mean, how can you look at your citizen like this? You're not somebody who just stay back. Patrick is involved. He talks professional journalists. He talks to all the lawmakers. But no. The county officials are there. Lead number cheer, then they wear different big gowns all over the place. They wear the fancy stuff. What you call the fiscal superintendent, they know Patrick. Alvin Wilson, oh guys, they know the man. The local leaders, they see Patrick's condition. But no, it is about themselves. It is about themselves. And so many leaders, 2023, we got to change them. They got to be replaced. Because they are not seeking the interests of the people. And so it is an SOS call. My number is out there. Whatever you get, send it cash out. We'll send it to the brother. It's a lot of money he needs right now. Let me show you what the communication here, the medical expenses, right? So I don't want to read the whole document, so I just took some of the important part of it. Medical report and quotation from Shadda Hospital in Delhi, okay, India, because he has to go to India for medical assistance. And so they did the estimate, they give him the code, how much it's going to cost to get treated. And so it's a treatment. So the treatment is he has to get a surgery, okay? And it said the total for that is $6,700, okay? So anything you don't have to pay that $6,700, anything can help, okay, for the surgery. And then the evaluation, they say $500. Stay in guest house for 2 to 3 weeks. And then he has the guy here, 2 persons, $30 to $50 a day. Okay, so that maybe somebody got to escort in there, so there'll be 2. So it costs like $1,050. So the total cost to get the brother to health, we're talking about $8,250. $8,250. That's how much is needed. But if you can pay that money, fine. If whatever you can afford, you can donate to get the brother, that's fine. We want to also rally the lawmakers, the local officials. We are all calling on everybody, all of us. This is our son. We can't look at a man to suffer like this. And that should be okay with us. We should be fine with this brother's condition. It's not okay. Let the man be represented. We understand he's not a son of a minister. He's not a son of a representative. He's not a son of a senator, but he's a citizen of Sinoe County that you represent, especially the lawmakers. And so you do something for Patrick. All of us here, we're going to do, we started this about 2 to 3 years ago, and nobody, I mean, I knew when I did the show first, people will show concern. I think, yeah, Milton, the president of Delaware's chapter, myself, we have Riley Littleton and Senate before, but it's not enough. The brother needs at least $8,000 for him to go to India to do a surgery. And so we are calling on anybody out there who is benevolent, who cares for other people. We call on you so that you can chip in to help Patrick. Patrick needs our assistance. Okay, he needs our help. The man in a bad, precarious situation right now. Okay. All right, now let me get to the last one that I want to talk about today before I let you go. This one right here, I call it Sorpo's few marginalized over a new banknote. Okay, so this one is a breaking news as well, and so we're going to be right back. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. The breaking news: the Sorpo's feel marginalized over new banknote. All right, you see, Liberia is an interesting country, and the culture of marginalization has permeated the society. You know, the various ethnic groups in Liberia, all of them put together to make what Liberia is today. And one of the ethnic groups is the Sorpo ethnic group. The Sorpo has participated in every facet of the nation. Every struggle that was waged in Liberia, the Sorpos are part of it. Right? Let's do some little bit of historical reflection. I mean, there are a lot of documents and a lot of historical documents that you can read out there to prove, to show you the role of the Sorpos in the history. They are now on the margin of the Liberian history. They are always active participants in a struggle for whatever thing that is going on in the country. And so, like during the reign of the American Liberians, for example, if you read this book that just came up, you know, Liberty Hijacked, Mr. Kai Wulan documented in detail the role of the Sorpos in Liberia, what they did, they play a major role in the struggle in our country. So this book, Liberty Hijacked, gave you a lot. It gave you the various ethnic groups in Liberia, and Sorpo is one of the ethnic groups in Liberia. All right. In fact, there's a chapter, I think from the introduction, the author wrote this. I want to just read the highlighted portion here. He said this book also challenges and disproves the false narratives of several authors, including Mistress A. Doris Banks Harris, Mr. Banks Harris, the wife of Richards A. Harris, a Todman and Toba era Speaker of the House of Representatives, promoted one of the grave academic injustices in Liberian academia through her historical falsehood or biases. All right. This is what the author said. This book also challenges and disproves the false narratives of several authors, including Mistress A. Doris Banks Harris, Mistress Banks Harris, the wife of Richard A. Harris, a Todman and Toba era Speaker of the House of Representatives, promoted one of the grave academic injustices in Liberian academia through her historical biases. She wasn't fair. And so they wrote some of these books and they excluded certain ethnic groups from their books. They marginalized certain people. The Portuguese came, they don't know the history of the people, they didn't care to ask the people, and they wrote their own thing. And then later on, the leaders came, our so-called educated people, and they went off of those wrong, other biased historical analysis that other people gave, instead of coming up with a holistic historical account that would take into account all the various tribes or ethnic groups. I like the word ethnic group better. I don't like the word tribe, because the word tribe is the Eurocentric denigration of the African people, ethnic groups. Okay, they call them tribes. Okay, so so because of the wrong historical accounts from people like Doris Banks, they wrote those false narratives, and they taught our people, our students, our children in schools. And so Mr. Kaiwule debunked the falsity of Doris Banks, then the false history, let's say Guanune, and they let certain people out. All right, even though they are indigenous people. Doris Banks is not indigenous. So we understand that part of it. But how Zeke Guanune wrote? Why did he include all the ethnic groups in the country? But anyway, that's one example that I want to give you here. So the Sorpos are documented. The first indigenous vice president of Liberia is a Sorpo man, Thomas Wesson. May his soul rest in peace. He's from the Sorpo ethnic group, Thomas Wesson. If you look at the progressive struggles in Liberia, the Sorpos were also integral part of the struggle. Like you talk about the late Oscar Quiyade, like Joe Wally. You talk about Honorable Deacon Carlo, those people, they are Sorpo, they were all in the struggle in the country. But when you document in the history of Liberia, they exclude the Sorpos. The false history got to be corrected. When I went to Liberia the other day and I looked in the Capitol building, and they got 16 tribes, they call it tribes in Liberia, 16 tribes of Liberia. And I was asking the guy that was giving it to her, why 16? Why? Why not 17? Why not 18? Why exclude the other ethnic groups in the country? Why is that so? We need as a nation to sit down and properly document everybody in the country. Now, the Sorpos, are they ethnic group in the country? Yes, it is historically established. It is established historically. The Sorpos are a major ethnic group in the country, and it's documented all over the place. The evidence there. I just show you the Kaiwule's book. You can go there and you see discussing the struggle the Sorpos went through when they fought the frontier foes and the crew and the different ethnic groups fighting the oligarchs. So why now when you're writing the history, you don't document everybody? Now, let me show you another thing. So I just gave you an example. The first indigenous vice president is a Sorpo man. I'll show you the role like the people like Joe Wally, like Deacon Carlo, Oscar Quia, and others. They were part of the progressive struggle in the country. Those are Sorpos. Okay. Now let me give you other historical facts. Let me give you other facts that show that the Sorpo, they are major integral part of the history of Liberia. You cannot excluding the Sorpo. When you write a history book and you exclude the Sorpo, then you are writing incomplete history of the country. You are not being factual historically, or taking all the different groups in the country into consideration. Okay, let me show you. Let me play this. I will show you different documents here. For example, let's play this video. Let's play this video quick for you. Let me see. Let me go back. Let me close that. I want to make it a little bigger. But no, it's not. I just want to play the sound. That's what I'm after here. The sound is better. So let me play this sound quick for you. Let me take some of these things down, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So the Sorpos are major. Let me see. let me share that screen again for you so you can see what the historians are saying about the Sorpo in the country. And we want to exclude them. That is not, it's not, you can't do that in the country that went through a lot. Okay, let me play this video for you.
Are the free blacks from the United States, the indigenous people, the Congo people, and the Barbadian immigrants. All of them were here in 1822 or came shortly thereafter. I will therefore spend a little more time on the lesser known histories of the Congos and the Barbadians. So I begin, the indigenous people. The indigenous people comprise Liberia's 17 ethnic groups.
What did he say? 17 ethnic groups. The indigenous people, they comprise 17 ethnic groups. He didn't say 16. Listen.
According to the census of 2008, they added another indigenous group, the Sorpo. So we went.
Okay, so according to the 2008 census, the Sorpos were added to the ethnic groups of the country. So that 17, as a matter of fact, they should not be added. They should be part of the ethnic groups. Somebody should not add it, because the Sorpos are fundamental part of the country. So they shouldn't be added. It should be all comprehensively. If you're doing the history of Liberia, take everybody into consideration. You shouldn't add and subtract and add and post certain people later. No, then you are not being fair. You do everything holistically, and teach these things to our children. Let will be fair to ourselves. But when you leave certain people out, then you are not writing the history of the country. That's marginalization.
And from 16 ethnic groups to 70 ethnic groups, according to the census of 2008. The four groups are the free blacks from the United States, the indigenous people, the Congo people, and the Barbadian immigrants. All of them were here in 1822 or came shortly thereafter. I will therefore spend a little more time on the lesser known histories of the Congos and the Barbadians. So I begin, the indigenous people. The indigenous people comprise Liberia's 17 ethnic groups.
17, not 16.
According to the census of 2008, they added another indigenous group, the Sorpo. So we went from 16 ethnic groups to 70 ethnic groups, according to the census of 2008.
Okay, so that is your history. This is what the historians, the lecturers are saying in the country. The Sorpos are part of the nation. Is important because this is historically important. You can't exclude certain people. All right. So we have 17 ethnic groups in Liberia. We don't have 16. So you exclude the Sorpo. Now, the Sorpos, the few marginalized over new banknote. But I just want to give you some, at least historical backing, so you can know that these people, they are not just making claims about, why they were excluded, right? Why they are being marginalized. I want to give you a little background so you can know that these people, they are also part of the country and you should not exclude them. Now, let me show you another document that you need to know. Let me share the other document with you. Okay. Let me share another document to prove how you can talk about Liberia without including the Sorpos, right? So here's another document here. Let me make it bigger for you. Okay. I will zoom in a little bit so you can see it. All right. So over here, when you look at the document right here, let me make it a little bigger again. I want to zoom it. Good. It's the wrong one. I think it's the wrong one. I have to zoom it over there. Let me zoom it again. Let me get a little bigger for you. Now, so this is it, right? This is it. The Sorpos cannot. So if you look here, you look at the ethnic groups of Liberia, right? The ethnic groups, and this is the CIA, the word fat book, right? That is the CIA work fat book. That's what the document is from. All right. So if you look at the document, it tells you the ethnic groups of Liberia. You see the ethnic groups of Liberia, right? So over here, they got the Pele or the Pere, other people say the Pere people they are 20% of the population. You got the Bassa, the 13% of the population. The Grebo, 10% of the population. Whether this is correct or not, but it's another thing. But the idea is we got the evidence, all right? The Grebo, the Gio, 8%, this is not accurate. All right, the number, the percentage, the Grebo is not more than the Gio. All right, so something this is not correct. All right, so you got a Manon, this is 7% of the population. You got a Crew, you got 6%. You got a Loman, 5% of the population. You got a Kisi, and make 4% of the population. The Golan, 4.4. You got the Crown, 4%. You got a Va, the 4%. Mandingo, the 3%. Bandi, 3%. The Mende, 1.3%. And you got the Sapo here, 1.3% of the population. And then they got other Liberian. Okay, so this one, the order, it falls into 1.7%. Okay, so you still have the Sapo here in the ethnic groups of Liberia. But people will write history, they write books, and this is the CIA word fat book. This is the fact that you cannot negate Liberia. Sapo is a major ethnic group in Liberia. It's not big, but it's part of the struggle in the country. It produced the first indigenous vice president. You got the 6-man council was also led by the Sapo man, Oscar Jaiquia. You know, so you cannot write the history. You write, you put things together, you get the banknotes and stuff of that nature, and you exclude a major ethnic group in the country. All right. So you see here, you can see this is the estimate from the 2008 estimate, right? That's where the CIA got the information, 2008. And that's the 2008 document that the historian referenced earlier, right? Now, I just want to show you this document. So these are the ethnic groups. Don't call them tribes. They are ethnic groups in Liberia. The Pere, the Basso, the Grebo, the Griot, the Manon, the Crew, the Loman, the Kisi, the Gola, the Kran, the Vai, the Mandingo, the Bandi, and this different group, Sapo included. All right, you see everything over there. So we got to set our history accurately. Let us teach this thing to our children accurately. The evidence all over the place. All right. Now, this is what brought me to the topic today. All right. The Sapos feel marginalized over new banknote. Okay. So the government of Liberia, they're trying to print new banknotes, right? Or they're trying to. It's not out yet. But let me share this document with you. Now, so the banknotes, the government of Liberia, they're trying to print a banknote, and the Sapo were excluded. And so because of that, the Sapo intellectuals, they say, no, we cannot sit back for this to obtain. And so you see here, Sapo tribe expresses, I want next time you guys use Sapo ethnic group, instead of tribe. Tribe is the Eurocentric version of putting, when you say, oh, African people get religion, they say, no, you get caught. They bring your things down. And so you don't want to do that. So you call yourself ethnic group, not tribal group. All right. So they say here, Sapo tribe expresses dissatisfaction over being left out in the design of a new Liberian dollars banknotes. Okay, that's the article. So let's read a little bit of it. What the guy said. The Sapo. So this was written November the 22nd, 2022. Okay, that's when the article was published. Now look at it. So it says here, and it was written by Henry Camo. All right. I don't want this one right here. I don't know why it came in the way. There you go. Go away. I don't need you. I don't need it blocking my. Let me see. All right. I don't know why it's going back and forth. It's blocking my. Previous. Yeah, it's blocking my stuff here. There you go. And get away. I don't need you. So it says here, some concerned and prominent citizens of Sinoe County, particularly of the Sorpo tribe, have expressed dissatisfaction over the makeup and design of the new banknote, right? I mean, I don't know what the thing get coming in the way. I'm not seeing what I want to read. I know where to exit out. I want to. Okay. So so to say, some concerned and prominent citizens of Sinoe County, particularly of the Sorpo tribe, have expressed dissatisfaction over the makeup and design of the new family of Liberian banknote or dollar banknotes in the country. Okay. It goes on to say, this is frustrating and I don't need it. It kept getting in my way. I don't need that. Let me see what I can zoom it. It will not block it, hopefully. All right, let's see. All right, I think it's bigger now. All right. So if you see here, let me read it from the beginning. Sinoe County, some concerned and prominent citizens of Sinoe County, particularly of the Sorpo tribe, have expressed dissatisfaction over the makeup and design of the new family of Liberian dollar banknotes in the country. The group, through a communication sent to the executive governor of the Central Bank of Liberia, CBL, Aloysius Talu, indicated that their attention has been drawn to the new $1,000 Liberian banknote, which carries the tribes leaving the Sorpo out. Okay, and so they wrote the banknote, they designed the banknote, and they put the tribes or the ethnic groups, but the Sorpo were left out. And that's why the Sorpo people, they are not satisfied with that. The group, through a communication sent to the executive governor of the Central Bank of Liberia, Aloysius Talu, indicated that their attention has been drawn to the new $1,000 Liberian banknote, which carries the tribes leaving the Sorpo out. Okay, and this was written again by Henry Camo. So they got a communication. It's a quote from the communication. So what they said: "We, the eminent Sorpo citizens' attention has been drawn on the newly printed 1,000 banknote been advertised, and profoundly noted that there are 16 human specimens therein as a representation of the 16 tribes of Liberia. If this is truly your interpretation of the 16 human specimen on the $1,000 banknote, then we beg to differ and state categorically that this embodiment is a gross distortion, misrepresentation, and misplacement of historical and demographic facts," the group stated in their communication to the CBL governor. All right. They went on to say, the group's communication further stated that empirical evidence from the 2008 census of Liberia clearly indicates the Sorpo is the 17th tribe of the nation. Thus, leaving Sorpo out was a complete disservice to the people of said tribe. Okay, so it was a complete disservice. Besides the 2008 census, Sorpo has been around in the history of Liberia. They've been around. They are not new tribe or tribal group or ethnic group in the country. All right, so it's a disservice to put 16 tribes and leaving out the Sorpo. All right. According to the group's communication, tribal data are purely and solely dwelled solely dwelled on demographic and anthropological interrogations of findings, and not predating or predicating findings on political interpretations or mere histories of human memories. Okay, I want to read that again. According to the group's communication, tribal data are purely and solely dwelled on demographic and anthropological interrogations or findings, and not predicating findings on political interpretations or mere histories of human memories. Okay, so they are saying, in other words, in order to come up with tribal group, you have to appeal to anthropological evidence or findings. Okay, it shouldn't be based on people's memories or other people think. It has to be look at the evidence. Yeah, anthropo, the study of the people in a region, all right, the culture and the people. You got to take that into consideration. The group indicated, as you may know, many of the writers of the early Liberian histories are not dialectologists. Okay, dialectologists in Liberian will be writing on the view. Dialectologists, okay, dialectologists and linguists, and hence. So he's saying the people that wrote the history of Liberia, they are not dialect specialists, so they are not dialectologists, they are not linguists, they are not specialists in languages, and so they didn't do justice to the other tribal groups in the country. All right, history said, I'll read that again. Many of the writers of the early Liberian histories are not dialectologists and linguists, and hence their shortcomings and or inability to adequately understand and write about the early tribesmen and their contributions. Additionally, knowledge is provisional and therefore subject to change based on research and technology. The group also indicated in the communication to the CBL governor that when the bicentennial celebration was being launched, the chair of the committee and former chair of the Department of History at the University of Liberia, Professor Dr. C. Willen Allen, made it publicly and unequivocally that owing to the 2008 population and housing survey conducted in Liberia, the nation now has recorded 17 tribes with their various population. Sorpo, there's a statement, a quote from the group communication. Sorpo accounted for 1.2% of the Liberian population with 43,327. Okay, 43,327. That's the population of the Sorpo. That's a huge number here. With this, Sorpo has been added as the 17th tribe of Liberia, thus having population supremacy over the Bele and the Day tribes of Liberia, the group asserted. Okay, so you see here. So they did a research. I think they referenced the CIA report that I just showed you. Meanwhile, the group stated that as a consequence of all of the historical facts and evidence, the CBL should kindly and hastily adjust the human specimen of 16 to 17 on the 1,000 banknotes being advertised to vividly picture or embody the true demographic and historical representation as evidence and reflection of the 2008 population and housing census conducted in Liberia. It also goes on to say the communication from the group, the Sorpo eminent authors, I should say, I used the word agitate, and they said I shouldn't use the word agitate, but I think it's fair to say that agitation, you want justice, so there's a intellectual agitation going on here. So they say, Honorable Governor, please be informed, and as earlier mentioned, histories are not stagnant, but dynamic, and left with men as time evolves to change the course of histories grounded on evidence and unfolding. It is in view of the foregoing that we are seeking a modification to the new 1,000 banknote being printed and or an amendment to reflect the true tribal representation of the nation. Encore, the group concluded. Meanwhile, the group noted that it will soon be writing the Ministry of Education in order to update the country's tribes from 16 to 17 and be taught in all schools across the country. That is the right thing to do. Yes, we have to accurately educate our children. Certain people should not be marginalized. And so the crusaders, the intellectual crusaders that are seeking justice for all the tribal groups in Liberia, we want to say congratulations to you. That is, not only in Liberia, anywhere where you find injustice, that should be fought. And this injustice. So we hopefully the governor, since the banknote is not yet the final, they can make alteration to incorporate the Sorpo, because it's not fair again. I just show you the very evidence, the pieces of evidence. The bicentennial orator. I show you the War Fat Bull. I show you the author of Liberty Hard Jack, pointing out the struggle of the struggles of the Sorpos in the country. You know, the role they play and all those things. Debunking the mendacities, the lies of A. Dory Banks and those people that wrote and did not capture everybody in the country. All right. And so this is the development from our country. Hopefully everyone else will be reflected. Let me see some of the comments that are trending here. Everything is free of charge. I don't know what Milton are referring to. Washing from Johnson Bitter Queer Kid. Thank you for watching, Queer. Jesus Christ in heaven. What is that? Great man. Thank you. I'm learning tonight, brother. Thank you, Marcus. All right, so these are pieces of evidence that I wanted to share with you guys. Let us point out the facts and start distorting our history. All right, the evidence I can come here and give you several pieces of evidence to prove the role of the Sorpo. They should not be later added. A country cannot, a tribal group cannot produce the first indigenous vice president. You don't add that later. All right. The other ethnic groups that got the larger number, they didn't produce first vice president. They didn't produce first councilman or councilman. These people been actively involved. When you listen to the TRC report, you see they're calling the Sorpos progressives to give their account of their struggle in the country. And so you can't write this history or you can't print out money and you exclude these people. That is injustice. And we will not tolerate injustice in Liberia or anywhere around the world. We'll do justice to everybody else. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I have for you on VOSD. We're doing our best to keep the show short and sweet, so that people don't get tired easily. Okay. But we want to say thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you. Our job here is to give you the evidence so that we all learn from it. All right. We can't twist the evidence around because of what A. Dory Banks wrote or what Joseph C. Guanan wrote. We have to have, if we want to write a full history of Liberia, let's get the various ethnic groups in Liberia, bring their scholars together, and then we can write a complete history of the country. But one person cannot write something and you leave other people out and you call that the history of Liberia. No, it's not. You are writing your own account. That's your opinion you are giving. And so until we get all the scholars together from every ethnic group in the country, and then they sit down and craft and give us an accurate account, an accurate picture of the country, the different indigenous groups and different people, everything in the country, they give us an account of it. And then we can teach those things in school. But we can't teach Matera Nipo and you go let out the Sorpo people. Come on. Why you do that? Matera Nipo is fake. It's a fictional character that was created by A. Doris Banks, to make sure, he said, I think those who control the printing page control the thinking of the age. That's what Dr. Ray Higgins said. Those who control the printing page or the pen and the pencil and the keyboard and the computer, they control the thinking of the people, the thinking of the age. And so at the time, $8 banks, and those people, they were the ones, they were the writers. One of them, they don't accurately capture the various indigenous groups in the country, and that is not fair. And so the money that was disbursement that was put out, it should accurately capture everybody in the country. That would be fair. That would be the right thing to do. We can't take one side and run with it. All right, guys, I'm out for the day. Reverend Kamo, want to say thank you for joining us, and we will always be here to give you the facts relative to our county and our country and Africa as a whole. We were talking, and we just talked to, just give it to you. We just talking. Certain people will like it, certain people will not like it. Some people will like it, some people will not like it. But the next time we'll have a document that depicts the culture, the practices, and the different things of the Sorpo people, so that the people will know the culture is the Sorpo culture. Sorpo is Liberia, and Liberia is Sorpo. If you build, you want to have a Liberia without Sorpo, then Liberia is not complete, it's incomplete. All right. So you have to complete, just the same way you can't write a book and exclude the crew in Liberia. Then you are not writing Liberian history. You write a book and exclude the Gio, you are not writing Liberian history. If you exclude the Manon, the different tribes in the country, the Mandingo, the Bandi, the Loman, the Crew, the Grebo, different tribes, the Va. When you let the people out, Liberia is incomplete. The amalgamation of those different tribal groups or ethnic groups, those are the things that make Liberia. We can't exclude certain people. All right, guys, that's what I have for you. We'll finish talking it. I'm out.
My people, where you at? Where you at? Wake up from your slumber, stop sleeping. Wave your hands, wave your hands, wave your hands, wave your. Come on, come on, come on. I know you're sleeping now. You gotta wave us more, yeah? Okay, let's go.
The people lie. You can't give a false account and exclude certain major people in the country. That's a lie. You are writing historical lies.
The people fool us. The people
yeah, $8 banks, then they fool us. That's not the history of Liberia. When you exclude the Sorpos that produced the first indigenous vice president, that produced the councilmen, and they produced the progressive soldiers. The CIA captured the people, the censor captured Sorpo, different author, the great men, author, the new contemporary author like Kai Wule, they captured, different books. And you exclude, you get the money of the country money, the $1,000 of banknote, and you exclude the Sorpo. That's a lie. We'll not take that lie. I'm here to talk it.
The government betrayed us. They betrayed us so much. I said they lie. The people fool us so. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they go knock the ball. I said we tired with their lies. We tired with their promises that led us to all our damages. We tired with that speech they preach indeed, and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrate us. So why can you lie? Why can you steal? Why can you allow the citizens to grieve? You see, we just tell you that why we vote.
All right, we trusted the people that voted them, and some of them, they are taking our resources. They're having 12% share, and I'm talking about Crayton Duncan here, our representative for District Number 1, who has been caught in corruption in our country, and will deal with the people. Have a wonderful day. I will see you. Don't forget this weekend, be at the inaugural ball of the USAA. Friday, be at 920 Pine Street, Derby, PA, for the welcome party. I'm out.